Perfect. On time.
Uh-oh, the setting. Oh, that's the wrong setting. There we go.
You got it.
It's preparing to stream now. Kathleen, I'm transferring this to you now. Well, I'll wait till this is over. Okay, we're live on Facebook. Do you have it, Kathleen, yet?
I have it.
Okay,
And I'll
I'm going off camera.
You're off camera. I'm gonna go off camera too. We'll
Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Yes, everyone.
All right, I'll just give them a few minutes to join. Then we'll go ahead and start. You excited?
Yes, very excited. These are usually really fun.
Did you get a chance to do this live when we went to convention?
No, this is my first time.
That's so exciting, Terza.
I'm a fairly new, not distributor, brand partner for Young Living. So,
Ah, okay.
yes.
So you make clothes yourself with the
No,
digital art?
I make the designs, and then the manufacturers actually print them and make them for me or for my customers.
I went ahead and mute you. There we go.
Yes. And how about you? You've done this before?
No, it's my first time.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exciting.
That is so cool. Yeah. And so what do you do?
I am sort of like a secretary attendant to one of the distributors who works in Young Living. I'm her daughter, Krista Smith.
Okay.
Yeah. So I do a lot of fun stuff for her, and I'm friends with Sandra, and I love working with Sandra. We had a booth about 2 years ago, and it was really great working with her.
Nice.
So you're in the best hands possible.
It's been such a great team so far. I've been delighted. So
yeah, you're in good hands.
Awesome.
All right, do you think we should go ahead and start and just wait a few more minutes? I don't know.
And then will you signal me when we're like 25 minutes in, or?
Oh, I'll just give you a brief introduction, and then I'll just hand it over to you. And then after, if there's any questions, if there's any, we can kind of go over that, and then we'll just wrap up.
Sounds fabulous.
All right. Just give them a few more minutes.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So do you use like an iPad to do digital art?
No, I've only started that this year too. That's a really fun thing to get into also. But no, I really started with textiles, believe it or not. But I've never actually sewn any garments.
Really?
Oh yes, I was making art quilts, quilts that were never intended to be on a bed, but to be hung on the wall. So they're all different sizes. And then I started making sculptures, and I got into paints, and what I started doing
You've been
was
all over the place with your art expression.
photography. I mean, and then you just layer things on, and
then it all comes together.
Yes,
perfectly.
So and the ones that don't come together, you don't get to see.
Yeah. You designed the shirt that you're wearing?
Yes, this is a photograph that I took at the San Diego Zoo in 2019.
Oh wow!
So you can't see much, but I put my logo on it just for fun. But the one in the store has my logo on it. So
it has a seamless transition from like the front to the sleeves as well.
Yes, Yeah, so a lot of it, there's a lot of there's a lot of work behind the scenes to make them match up and line up, and
Mhm.
some images need to be square and some of them need to be
Yeah,
rectangle.
I'm sure there's like some, math involved with that as well.
Yeah, yeah, but it's fun and the results are fun. And so
What's your favorite part about it?
probably just creating the art in the first place. But then the second thing is when I see people wearing my clothes and enjoying them, then it's like,
Ah, yes, that has to be so rewarding.
yeah, yeah. So
All right, do you want to go ahead and start?
let's go ahead and do it.
All right, I can go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, so I once heard my mom say that fashion is a woman's expression of art and beauty. And Tirza does this by combining her skills in engineering, art, and photography. And she makes wearable art such as scarves, workout clothing, tops, leggings, and shoes, and more. So if you're wanting to celebrate that natural elegance of being a woman through what you wear, then I would pay close attention to what she has to offer, because Tirza loves to draw on her inspiration on healthy living and nature to create clothing that will make you feel empowered, rich, and confident. So if you're completely in agreement with that and you want to dress beautiful and wear high quality clothing designed by an artist, then please welcome Tirza Ekholm.
Thank you so much, Mackenzie. So yes, as Mackenzie said, I'm Terza, and my first career was actually as a software engineer, and I discovered being an artist much later in life, just before my 50th birthday, and just fell in love with it. So today, I would like to share with you, my presentation is called Is Wearable Art for Me? And so for that, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Hold on a moment here. There we go. And I'll turn that off. All right. I'm not going to go well, I can go full screen, I think. No, I'm going to do it just this way. So is wearable art for you? So wearable art can seem kind of risky because it's not quite the same as walking into a store, trying on a few things and walking back out again. Wearable art is obviously designed by an artist, and it can be, if you ever do a Google search on wearable art, you will see the most amazing images. So there can be high fashion, super one of a kind, very artsy kind of designs, and all the way to the sort of things that I create, which I will share with you in a moment. So it has been a real delight being an artist. I started out in textiles. I've never actually sewn a garment in my life. They're made for me, but from my designs and the layers and the different things that I put together. And when Angela Shim invited me to apply to become a vendor at AromaSharing, I went ahead and created a few collections and put them up for inspection. And I am delighted to say that I was accepted. And so behind me, you'll see that I've created 5 different collections. So over here, I've got the I Heart Helichrysum collection, which we'll go into as we go on here. And then over on this side, we've got Romance from Lang Lang. And then over there, we've got Lavender. Let's see, Lavender Makes Me Happy, Citrus Peppermint. And then on the bottom, I was really inspired by some of the photographs I've seen from Young Living of the Northern Lights. So while I didn't actually use any of the photograph from the Young Living collection on Flickr, because it's very clear that they're not to be used for commercial, I did go and seek photos that I could have the license to, and then I just layered on things that felt right and made sense. So I'm also going to invite you to stay tuned until the end for a special offer, and just for being in my presentation and participating actually in AromaSharing. So let's start with the most basic, simple thing. What is wearable art? Well, I went to Wikipedia, I know, but it's had a good succinct definition. So wearable art, also known as artware or art to wear, refers to individually designed pieces of handmade clothing or jewelry created as fine or expressive art. Where I switch that up a bit is the art is handmade in my case, uh, or done by photography, but I'm not actually making the pieces. So the first piece that totally inspired me was this lovely photograph of the bee in helichrysum. And helichrysum is one of these fabulous oils. What I didn't know about helichrysum is what a beautiful plant and flower it is. And so as an artist, of course, I'm in love with this beautiful yellow, rich yellow color, as well as these lovely textures. And so adding the lace heart on top just seemed to be really natural. It totally expressed the way I was feeling about helichrysum. And then of course, it's a matter of taking this design and then putting it on different items of clothing. And there's a lot of manipulation that needs to go on behind the scenes to make these work. So for example, this thing in the middle is a long sleeve tunic. Now, I'm wearing a long sleeve tunic. You won't be able to see because there's just no way I can fit in the camera. But the lovely thing about this tunic, it's got a long, kind of a long drape, and it goes well over my hips. So for those of us who are maybe self-conscious about hips and or tummy, it has this lovely slimming effect. Plus, it's just nice and comfortable, and you can wear it anywhere. It is made of polyester. One of the lovely things about polyester is you can actually scrunch it up and toss it in your suitcase, and then when you get there, you shake it out. In fact, several years ago, when my husband and I both went on a cruise, I had to laugh because typically you see the woman having this big suitcase with lots of stuff because you want to dress in different outfits on the cruise, anything from dinner just to swimsuits. Well, I had this not much bigger than a carry-on bag because mine was all so neatly folded because it was mostly polyester, whereas he had to have a suit and nice shoes, and he had this big garment bag he had to haul around, and I was like, oh, it was easy for me. So just thought I'd toss that out. It was just really fun. So then the other thing, of course, I've made 5 different collections. Each of the collection has the same set of pieces, but each with the different designs. So in this collection, I've got the polyester scarf. It is 55 inches by 55 inches square. So I don't have that particular one because I didn't have quite time to get these from the manufacturer, but I have another of my designs as this 55 inch by 55 inch polyester scarf. And I'm hoping you can see it on the screen. I'll go ahead and gently unfold it. It is quite large, but the things you can do with a 55 inch by 55 inch square polyester scarf are endless. You can roll it up, and you can wear it around your neck. You can wear it as a cape, especially for those air-conditioned events. Hopefully, when we start going back to these events, this is such a lovely thing to have in your bag. And also because it's polyester, it does not tend to wrinkle, but you can shake it out and make it all nice again. So this is another one of my designs, but not the one, of course, in these collections. The other thing that I will say then, if you go down below on my slide to a cotton silk blend, this scarf comes from a completely different manufacturer. It comes out of Denmark, in fact. And cotton silk is a really lovely blend. It feels very nice. Again, I don't have that particular one, but I have one from a different collection, and it has such a lovely feel and a lovely sheen. So this one that you see on the screen will be like that. This is not a square one, but again, it will drape very beautifully and very nicely over anything that you wish to wear to complement with it. And it is 75% cotton, 25% silk, and it is just lovely. So I don't have a tank top, but I do have a pair of leggings that I can share with you. And I will apologize in advance because the leggings, they have a lot of green in them, so it's going to pick up the green screen, so it'll look kind of strange. But these are capri leggings, and they are so comfortable. You can wear these for yoga. I actually wear them for working out on my treadmill or in the gym or just hanging out at home. They've just, it's again, this lovely feel. And they just feel marvelous. I don't have the tote bags, but down below we've got the polyester tote bag that comes in 3 sizes, 13 by 13, 16 by 16, and 18 by 18. That's printed on both sides, and it's a lined bag. The one up above it is a organic cotton duck canvas bag, and that only comes in one size, 15 by 17 inches. And that one also comes out of the Danish company. And then the one on the top, on the very top right corner, I have one like that here. It's a chiffon top. It's a boxy kind of a top, so it's got a loose, comfortable feel without feeling baggy or strange. And so it's really very nice. And then the back will be black or white, depending on what you choose for the background. So before we continue on, I want to talk a little bit about why buying wearable art might be scary, besides the fact that it's original and unique and you won't find it anywhere else. But we have some questions to ask. Will it fit me? Will it look good on me? Will it coordinate with other pieces in my wardrobe? And will my friends like it? Well, I can help with some of that. Generally speaking, I'll start with the last one. If you are in love with a piece and you love how it looks on you, and it feels on you, your friends are going to love it too, and they're going to want something similar. As far as the fit goes, we're going to get into a little bit of that. I have a couple of tips to share you, but first to share with you about how you may increase your chances of getting the fit you like. So the next collection, this was from the, inspired by the Northern Lights. So I went and found a photo that I just fell in love with. Here, you have the lovely greens and the blues that combine with the deep blue and dark of the sky. And so, of course, it made me think of, when the stars sing, the earth listens. And someday, I myself personally have not seen them in person, but someday I hope to. And I think some of you who've been with Young Living for a while. It seems to me, I've heard that Young Living has some beautiful trips, and they've got farms all over the world. So what a tremendous blessing that is. So I used that design, of course, to create this collection, starting with the tunic in the middle, which, by the way, you can get as a sleeveless. So these are the items that go with it, including the capri leggings and the tank top. Now, back to the sizing. So what size are you? Well, the women's industry doesn't make this very easy. So you could walk into a store and be a size 0, and you can walk into another store and be a size 3 or a small, or it's crazy. So I myself, when I started out on this journey with the tunics, especially because there's only one manufacturer that I know of at the moment that makes the tunics, they are located in China. I didn't feel very confident in ordering them and how I felt about how I looked. Let's face it, when you look at your image in the mirror, you're actually not seeing you most of the time. Most of the time, you're seeing an image layered on by a whole bunch of beliefs you have about yourself. That's why when you ask your friends and they say, "Oh, you look great," they mean it most of the time. So I started out with a size medium. It did kind of fit, because I was a little bit nervous, but it turned out to just kind of hung, and it wasn't quite right. So the next sizes I ordered were smalls, and what this is, and it just lays and drapes really beautifully, nicely, and feels so comfortable. Back in the days when I actually tried to do a diet, I succeeded, and so I got an extra small, and that felt nice too. But I'm really happy being this size. So in any case, when you go to somebody's website and their store, go look for the sizing guides and really pay attention. They will often give you the numbers that you're going to need to know. And so I recommend, going into a private place, and I recommend you wear, something comfortable. Wear what you might wear just normally, because we're wanting to be comfortable with this thing. So then you'll take your cloth measuring tape, and you'll go around each part of your body that they recommend. And I recommend going apart where it's kind of the largest, and write down these numbers. So for the bust, and the waist and the hips. And then for leggings and pants, of course, you've got your inside, you measure from your crotch down to your ankle, and on the outside, from your waist, actually, all the way down to your ankle. And these numbers are for you. They're for you to check the charts, and the charts really are useful. Having said that, I will mention that a lot of items out of China do tend to run 1 or 2 sizes smaller. So I'd be real careful. The other thing I would suggest is checking on the websites themselves. If they have reviews, people would, this is even if you're shopping on Amazon, go check the reviews, because people will write in whether it runs true to size and how they felt about it. If for some reason you don't have a cloth tape like this, you can use a string. So get to, measure things with the string, and then you can take the string and stretch it out across like a yardstick or whatever until you figure out what your numbers are. The other thing you can do is, if for some reason you don't want to be measuring yourself, you can take the article of clothing that you're interested in, lay it out on your bed, and take your tape, your measuring tape, and measure that. So there's different ways to go about it, but you can get numbers that will work for you. On this slide, I have this in the upper corner, that's actually the sizing guide for the chiffon top. And then down below, this larger rectangular sizing guide, that is for the tunic, the tank top, and the leggings, because all those come from the same manufacturer. So now back to our collections. The next one that I created was Lavender Makes Me Happy. And there's some beautiful pictures of the lavender farms from Young Living. So that inspired me to go look for these. And when I saw this bee evidently enjoying the pollen from this particular branch of flowers, I knew it just had to be named, When Lavender Makes Me Happy. And so the layering of these pictures is what led to my next collection, which is Lavender Makes Me Happy, of course. And because, again, you have to shift things around and make them fit in certain ways, in this case, the tunic was all about the bee, and only the sleeves then are about the lavender blooms. And then, of course, the different tote bags and the scarves. So as I mentioned, we're not at the end of the presentation yet, but I am offering a giveaway for a $50 gift certificate at the end of AromaSharing. So at the end of the day, June 16, that one lucky person will receive that gift certificate, and is good towards one item in the store only. And so if you'd like to hold up your phone and scan this QR code, it will take you to a form that you can fill out. And the information that you put there will go only to me, but then I will know that you have then entered into my drawing. And I will make the announcement probably by email and in the Facebook group of who the lucky winner is. So I'll leave that up for just a moment. The person that you see on the slide here, her name is Michelle Maras. She is an absolutely fabulous speaker, coach, and author, and podcast host. Go check out her podcast sometime. It's called Denim and Pearls. And the reason she is here is because she is wearing one of my dresses that she had ordered. She'd ordered before COVID hit. And then when COVID hit, that messed up a lot of things worldwide. And so it took quite a bit longer to actually get that dress to her. But she came over to my house and she was able to pick it up. And then later on, she made this picture for me to share with you. And this is actually, it's a one-piece dress. And it's just one of the things that I offer is the ability to custom design pieces for my clients. So then the next collection was this Lang Lang. Now, if you've ever seen pictures of Lang Lang, you know that it's really more of a wild kind of a flower. It's not usually so symmetrical. So I don't know if the person who took this photograph, trimmed them or whatever, but I thought it was just so beautifully symmetric. And because it has such an incredible smell. It's one of the things that you can use, or I've used actually, instead of perfume. I'm just in love with essential oils for that purpose. Never stings or anything like that. In any case, it made for the ability to create some beautiful designs. And so on the polyester scarf, I put on their Romantic Memories, Lang Lang, and I was able to put that over there on the on the chiffon shirt. So again, all the same set of products, but they unfold quite differently then depending on what the thing is. I did also wanted to share with you that I did donate an item to the AromaSharing annual fundraiser, and you can find out more about that on their fundraising page, the I Heart Helichrysum Cotton Silk Scarf. And I put this, I know that's kind of a long URL to be typing in, so I also put in a QR code. Plus, if you will go into the Facebook group, there are places where you can click on for that, because there are 90 items there, and there may be more than 90 items that you can choose to bid on. It's a really fabulous, worthwhile cause, and I hope you will take the opportunity to go through and look at those items and bid on the ones that matter to you, the ones that appeal to you. The last collection I want to share is called Citrus Peppermint. And when I saw this photo, I knew I could not resist. You could practically eat this right off the screen. So as we know, citrus smells fabulous, but when you just add that peppermint on that to go with the tartness of the citrus, it's just, and it was such a beautiful set of colors. Then of course it lended itself beautifully to creating this collection. And I couldn't resist on this collection. The sleeves for the long sleeve tunic, those are orange peels. So this is a way where I get a chance to enjoy my creative juices. I get to have fun with things, create layers, and make people smile. And that makes me really happy. And then when customers say, "Oh, I got so many compliments on the clothing that I bought from you," that makes me really happy. So these are fabulous both for yourself and also as gifts for those discerning people in your life. And so the last thing I'd like to share with you. Life is unpredictable. We know from this last year, things can get really crazy, and for a while, maybe they'll still be crazy. So here's what I'm going to urge you to do. When you see something you love and something that resonates with your soul, honor it. Don't let that moment pass. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Be smart, but still listen to your soul. There may be an activity calling out to you, something special that really sings with you. Honor that. Go enjoy being creative. Go for it if you are working on growing your business, reaching out to people because you know you have something valuable to offer so many people. And I did promise once again to bring this back up. This is for the giveaway. If you scan this QR code and fill out the form, I will have your name and I'll know that you're interested in being in the drawing. So it has been my pleasure to share my creations with you. I hope you will enjoy them, wearing them as much as I have enjoyed creating them for you. And with that, Mackenzie, if we could go ahead and open it up for Q&A, I will stop the share and go straight here.
Hi. Okay, that was amazing. I love that. You have such a unique eye for finding the patterns and symmetrical, I can't even, the symmetry.
Symmetries.
There we go. The symmetry in nature. And I love you have a very big, like, cheerful anointing that honestly, I can see that you poured into your artwork and your art, and it's just beautiful to see it manifest in your clothing and your purses. So, quick question that I have actually, if somebody wanted to access your products, where would they go?
Well, there is a link to my store right on the AromaSharing page. So if you go in there and if you scroll down to the category that says clothing and you click on there, you'll be able to scroll down and find the link to my store. You could also go directly to my store, but it'll be the same thing. It'll be theterzafactor.com. And when you get there, whichever method you get there, the first thing that's up there is the AromaSharing collection. And at the top are the names of the separate individual collections that I've created.
All right, perfect. And do you have any other place people can follow you and hear from you and communicate with you?
I have a social media presence on Facebook at Terza Ekholm, as well as Instagram at Terza EK, and I have a YouTube channel also for Terza Ekholm.
All right. Well, that's all my questions. I don't see any more right here, so we'll go ahead and wrap them up. Thank you so much for coming on here and sharing. It's been amazing listening to you. But yes, thank you, Tirza.
Thank you, Mackenzie.
And thank you both.
Thank you, Kathleen.